What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, y'all? Today I'm about to whip it up in the kitchen for you. I got this little recipe I'm about to make that is gonna be so good. Yes, hold on, y'all. I forgot the ingredient. Okay, so what I'm gonna be making for y'all is another crock pot meal, but this can most definitely be done on top of the stove or in the stove, if in the oven. It's up to you. So, it's a hamburger meal. Now, if you like ground turkey, use ground turkey. If you like ground chicken, use ground chicken. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do, it's up to you. Ain't nobody trying to tell you what to use. You just use what you want to use, okay? Use what you want to use. Y'all gonna hear the wash in the background. I'm washing clothes, so y'all gonna hear the washing. But, so what you're gonna need for this recipe. Well, first of all, welcome to the channel. I'm happy to have you. Ring the doorbell. What I mean by ring the doorbell is hit the thumbs up, the like button for your girl. One time for the one time if you don't mind. Alright, so what you're going to need for this recipe is some ground beef, your ground chicken, ground whatever you got. You're going to need your bell pepper, onion, some thyme, Worcestershire sauce, a seasoning salt of your choice, Rotel or off-brand to the Rotel tomatoes, onion powder, some garlic powder. I ain't got no garlic over here, but I'm going to use some fresh garlic out the refrigerator. Some black pepper. I'm going to add just a teensy-weensy of celery salt. You're going to need you, this is optional. You're going to need you half a can of cream of mushroom, or maybe whole can, just depends. In my case, I'm going to need half. And half a can of golden mushroom. Now, just because you're using the half a can, you could put it in the freezer, alright? And it's still going to be just as good when you need it again. You're going to need you some beef broth. Or you could just use water, but I'm going to be using some beef broth. You're going to need you some potatoes. Any kind of potatoes that you want to use, whether it's red, whether it's golden or russet, it's up to you. Finger links, whatever. It's up to you what you want to do. Okay? So I'm going to add the potatoes to that. Then, let's see. You're going to need you a little flour. It could be all-purpose or self-rising. You're going to need an egg, because that's going to be your binder. So you're going to need an egg. Just depends on how much meat that you make. And your flour. You can add breadcrumbs to your meat, whatever. So we're going to make this meat up like hamburger patties first. Alright, so let's go ahead on and jump right on into this video, y'all, so we can get this done and get it in the crock pot and going. Alright. Oh, and I also forgot to tell you that you need 1 packet of Lipton onion soup mix. You need 1 of those. Alright, so first thing first, you're going to cut up you some onion. So we're gonna dice up some onion. Got my ground beef right here. We're gonna stick that on this side over here. So we're gonna dice up the onion. I'm gonna throw this here diced up onion right here over in the ground beef. Then this half of the onion just going to take it and cut it in strips, slice it. Like so. I'm going to stick that up to the side. Then we're going to take this bell pepper here. I'm going to dice it up. Add as much as you want to add. Add that on in there with the meat too. I'm gonna add just a little bit more. I'm gonna add that to the meat. Then I'm gonna just cut up this here. I'm gonna put this up to the side. Just a little bit more. Just like that. Alright, so that's it for the bell pepper and the onion. Alright, so now let's get to the meat. Alright, so we're gonna add, I got my bell peppers and onions in here. I'm gonna add my egg. I got some Italian breadcrumbs. I'm gonna add some of those. That just make those patties real moist. I got me some all-purpose flour. Add some of that. Another binder. Then I'm going to go in and add just a little bit of my celery salt. My Lipton onion soup mix packet. Black pepper. My seasoning salt. Some thyme. Onion powder. The Worcestershire sauce. Then we're gonna mix this up. Make sure you get all the seasonings incorporated really, really good. So now, add just a little bit more flour to this one. And then one more thing. Okay, so I'm going to add some of my minced garlic to this. Just a little bit. Smell it for my seasoning. Alright, so now we got that done. Alright, so now we over here at the stove and I'm about to just pat up my patties and we're gonna add those right here into the skillet. So you just make your patties whatever size you want to make yours. Just roll it. Pat them out. And I like to add flour to my meatloaf and hamburgers and stuff like that because it helps with the shrinkage. Yeah, to keep them from shrinking as much. You have to try just to see, but it does. When you don't add the flour and stuff, you really do have you some little drawed up little meatball of a patty. Just gonna brown these. We're not trying to cook them all the way through because they're gonna finish cooking in the crock pot. You want to get some browning on both sides. See, doing stuff like this when you're going to cook in the crock pot, like anything that you're going to cook, like say like, it helps to, we're just going to say for this, instead of just putting regular patties in there, you know, that's already made up like frozen patties or whatever. When you brown stuff off, like let's just say if you're doing roast, some people since they put it in the crock pot, they just gonna take that roast and just put it on in the crock pot. They ain't gonna brown it or nothing like that. But if you brown the roast first, it will bring more flavor to it. So it's called building flavor, y'all. Just build up your flavor before you put your food in the crock pot, and your food turns out a lot more better than, you know, just throwing it in there, throwing your seasonings on there and turn the crock pot on and sit and forget it like, you know, people like to do. So, yeah. Do the extra step before you put it in there and your food tastes better. Build up that flavor. That's what cooking is about, building flavor. You know, you don't just want to just eat, you want to eat good food. Flavorful food. So I got to turn my heat up. And I made 8 nice sized patties out of this. We're gonna have us some good leftovers. And I'm gonna roll this patty here out. The last one, when I get room in the pan, I'm gonna stick it right on in there. Turn that up, let that go. So now we need to cut up our potatoes. Alrighty, so about to flip the burgers over. Like that right there. We're gonna let it get some browning on the other side. Alright, so now I'm gonna get all my patties out the pan. To get them over here in my crock pot. This little piece for the seasoning. So I'm gonna discard all my liquid here. This grease, I can throw this away. Alright, so now we got our crusty pan. We want all that goodness. I don't want to get rid of none of that though. So we're gonna deglaze this pan here. So the beef broth that we got, we're just gonna add that right on in here to deglaze this pan. Building flavor. Deglaze that down. So while we deglazing, we might as well just go ahead on and get our cream of mushroom and golden mushroom mixed in. So I'm gonna get half this can cream of mushroom in there. Let's just do the whole can. Why not? And then we're going to do a can of golden mushroom. mixed up in there. Blend it, blend it, blend it. You don't want this thick though. You don't want no thick broth on your stuff. You want like a little loose broth. But adding this cream of mushroom and the golden mushroom is going to give it more flavor. So I'm going to let all this here come together while we peel our potatoes. And deglaze this pan, and in that way this will be hot when we pour it over into the crock pot. Get a head start on the cooking by it already being hot. Okay, so now we're going to peel our potatoes. Stack right here for the peeling. Gonna peel the potatoes, and after we peel them, we're gonna dice them up. Alright, y'all. So now we got all the burgers in the crock pot and potatoes cut up, bell peppers, onion cut up. So now we're ready to go. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to add my potatoes right on in here. Add those potatoes. Then I'm gonna add the bell pepper and onion. I'm gonna go in and add I want to add some bay leaves. I know I didn't tell y'all about this, but I'm gonna add some bay leaves to this. Two bay leaves. I'm gonna add a little bit more seasoning because the potatoes gonna take up that seasoning. So I'm gonna add a little bit more onion powder. I'm gonna add a tad bit more thyme. A little bit of seasoning, salt. Not too much because it's some that's in my broth. A little bit of celery. Black pepper. I'm going to add the diced rotel, juice and all. Then I'm going in with my broth. So I'm gonna go in with my broth. Scrape everything down. Okay. Get all that done mixed together. And see, you want it nice and loose. I'm gonna add just a little bit more seasoning salt to this. And that's it. So now we're gonna put the lid on this. And I'm gonna turn it on high since it's already late in the day. Try to see it. Y'all see that? Nice and flavorful. You can tell that's flavorful. That's gonna be good, y'all. So I'm gonna turn this on high and let it go until the potatoes is done. Alrighty, y'all. So here's how the dish turned out. Look good on the top and hearty. I actually had it going for a long time, y'all. I've been doing things today. So that's why the meat kind of tore up, but it's alright. It's gonna get tore up. Right down and out. Going. That's so good. That's gonna be so good with these dinner rolls. Yes, honey. Oh yeah.